Hello, my dear students. Welcome to my today's class, my dear students of Master's Final Year. I think all of you are well and staying at home. This is Shongita Sharkar, lecturer, Department of English, Government BM College, Borishal. You know, in my previous lecture, I have taken a class on Lord of the Flies, and this is my second lecture on these topics. So be attentive today's class, and today I will give you the information about the story. In my previous class, I have told about the background, the information about the writer, and also some idea about the text. And today I will discuss on the main story or focus on the characters, what they have played in this text. And you know, from this text you have to focus on these questions, that is significance of the coral island, theme of good and evil, and allegorical approach of the novel. To answer these questions, you have to focus on the story or the summary at first. You know, the text is divided into four parts, and here these are the four parts, and in my previous class I have discussed on these four parts or give you the idea about these four parts. And on the basis of these four parts, today I will focus on the main story. At first, about the text, you know, it's a parable, an allegory, a myth, a morality tale, a parody, a political treatise, even a vision of the apocalypse. And these all are very important information about this story or about this novel. Lord of the Flies is about the end of the innocence and the darkness of man's heart. So here we see that at first the innocent boys, they were very much innocent. The little boys, they were very much innocent, and like Paradise Lost, they lost their original residence and they have to stay in a dark forest, and on that forest we have find out the darkness of their heart, actually the darkness of man's heart, what you have seen in the text, that is Paradise Lost, in which way the innocent people, they lost their innocence and they have to stay in a dark land, that is hell. William Golding chose the remote jungle to avoid the complexities of the society. It is a tropical paradise. Lord of the Flies shows the conflict between good and evil, the partial triumph of evil, but it's not the intention of a novel to show triumph of evil. It's not the intention of a novel, but here he showed this type of story. At last, Ralph rescued, you know, from the character list, who is Ralph? Ralph rescued by the naval officer, that is the triumph of evil. Simon hallucination. Pig's head symbolized. Here you see that there is a, in my last class I have showed a picture of a pig's head. Pig's head symbolized the Lord of the Flies. From a hiding place he saw the head. Being terrified, at the threatening words of the Lord of the Flies, Simon faints. Actually, it was the hallucination. It was the hallucination. Some of the maroon isolated characters are ordinary students. They are very much innocent boys, school going boys. The name Lord of the Flies is a literal translation of Beelzebub. With the exception of Sam and Eric, the core boys, they appear never to have encountered each other before. The book portrays their descent into savagery, left to themselves on a paradisical island far from modern civilization. Here, the well-educated boys regress to a primitive state. Piggy's glasses. Piggy's glasses was used to light the fire. All of them tries to light the fire. Piggy was seeing with the only one glass. Jack snatches the glass of Piggy. Finally, blind Piggy dies in his attempt to get back his spectacles. So this portion is very much touchy. About Jack, Jack depicted the civil side of human life. In climbing to the mountain in the dark, he was under the psychological tension of his rival Jack. Ralph and his friends killed the pig. They hanged the head of the pig with a stick. Ralph is the innocent character. He tries to manage Jack but failed. He shows the innocent motive of our life. So here we see two types of character. One shows the innocent side and another shows the evil side. About Sam and Eric. Sam and Eric are identical twin. They are twin. They do not join to Jack's tribe at first, but finally do so by force. The twin is very innocent. At first, they put wood to the fire. So they are creative also. About Lord of the Flies, a plane. This is the story here. The plane crashes on an uncharted island, trapping a group of schoolboys. So, in which way the story started? At first, the plane crashed. And those school-going children, they were isolated from their civilization, from their land, from their parents, and they have to stay in an isolated jungle, and this is like Coral Island. This is one kind of island, and here the writer William Golding, he inspired from the text that is Coral Island, and here he showed in which way those innocent boys, they became the way, or they showed their attitude of darkness, or the darkness of human being, darkness of human heart. At first, with no adult supervision, their freedom is something to celebrate. At first, they became very happy because these all friends, these all school-going friends, they are now in an isolated land without their parents. Far from civilization, the boys can do anything they want, but they attempt to forge their own society. However, in the face of terror, sin and evil. So they have to face. Here actually we see two types of character, good and evil character, and through their characterization, through their activities, William Golding showed the evil side and the good side of human being. The hope of adventure seems as far from reality as the hope of being rescued. So at first they were rescued by a naval officer, and in the isolated dell in the marooned land we see their activities, and they wanted to become a lord of that land. So this is this is an idea about the total story of Lord of the Flies. So you have to read the text and you have to understood the total story, and I think then you should take your preparation on these questions. So I think that's all about my today's class. Stay at home and stay safe. Meet with you again in my next class. Thank you very much.